Okay, everybody, it's time for Celebrate. Celebrate Needle Punch or Punch Needle, whichever way you want to say it. I like to say punch needle, and then some days I say needle punch. So it's up to you, whatever you want to do. So at Always in Stitches in Noblesville, we're doing this thing. It's a once a month thing with the book Celebrate by Teresa Kogut, and there's 12 projects we're going to do. And last month we did the Lovebirds. How appropriate for February, don't you think? Because this month is March. This month we're going to be doing Tilly in the Field of Daisies. Isn't she cute? Mm-hmm. We're waiting on a couple flosses to come in. They're on back order. So as soon as those come, the kits are ready, except for those 2 flosses. So we're waiting on those. We'll let you know when those come in. But I thought it might be a good idea, since I didn't already have the Lovebirds put together, that you could just watch me do it. How about that? Okay? I can't hear you. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, here we go. I'm using this. I got it at Hobby Lobby. I have no idea when or where or how much it cost or anything. Oh, it looks like $4.49. You know. I used a coupon way back when I had
Now, was that
coupons.
before lumber went up or after?
Maybe before. Yeah,
So
totally before. So that's the number. If you want to try and find it, good luck with that. But I originally thought I would use a little vanity box, but I couldn't find the one I wanted. I did see one at the flea market last weekend, but they were way too much money.
Just a regular flea market?
No, it was the world's largest flea market in Canton, Texas, and I was there, and it was fun. You need to watch my Meet Me at the Sewing Machine on Mondays to learn about that. So, anyway, what I did was I took my ruler and my rotary cutter, and I just kind of measured out an inch beyond. I'm on the back of the needle punch, an inch beyond, and just trimmed it all the way around about an inch. Okay? Then I changed the blade of my rotary cutter to an old blade, and it has the word paper written on it. When I get an old blade, I write the word paper, and that way when I need to cut down some cardstock or some paper, I can use it. Now, I'll tell you the truth, I really didn't put a different blade in this. I have a whole different, rotary cutter that just keeps a paper blade in it all the time. And it's at home. So I did this at home, but you got the idea. So this cardstock stuff is acid-free, and I got it off of Amazon, and it's called comic board. It's to put in between comic books to keep them upright from folding down and wimping over. So it's matte on one side and kind of glossy on the other side. I'm going to glue on the matte side. And what I did was I cut it out exactly the size of my needle punch. I punched it, and it came out to be 7 1/4 by 5 3/8. So I cut this just a little hair short of that, so that I'd have enough to fold over. And you can see it pretty much covers up the needle punch, but I still have that extra inch. This is double-sided tape. Again, it's acid-free. The reason I want to use acid-free is just simply because of the longevity of keeping the project from going bad, the tape not working, the acid in whatever I would use would deteriorate the fibers. And I don't really want that, because the people at the Goodwill that get this when I'm dead, want something that's really nice. So, I want it to be a long-living thing. So I've just put 2 little strips of that on, and I'm going to peel up a little bit at this end and a little bit at this end. And I'm going to put another piece here. Now, the reason I use double stickum tape, and it's, again, acid-free, is because I don't want this to be permanent. I want to be able to kind of manipulate it as I'm putting it on, so that I can adjust the needle punch. And then to make it permanent, I'm going to use a glue. And you can tell that I'm measuring and I'm being very careful about, you know, cutting this. If I was at home, I have Teflon scissors, but I can clean these with Uline or any kind of hand sanitizer. Gets this sticky gummy stuff off. I bet you didn't know that, but that's why you watch my channel. I tried to clean this glue. This is the kind of glue I'm going to use. Fabri-Fix. I don't know how to say that. It's Fabri Fix.
I think it's Fabri.
Fabri-Fix.
Fabri, yeah.
Okay, it adheres fabric to things, like almost anything. It's super duper adhesive. I love this stuff. I use it for everything. If you don't have that, you can use tacky glue. You know, but we sell this, and it's the bee's knees. I love this stuff, but it's not water soluble, so it doesn't clean up with soap and water. So I use hand sanitizer to get it off my hands or my workspace. Speaking of workspaces, I discovered these. We just got these in. They're called Applifuse mats, silicone Applifuse mats. Now, I know they look like a cookie mat that you bake cookies on. They're not, okay? I suppose you could bake cookies on them, but I wouldn't bake cookies on this one. It's $30.99. But what it's for is for you to fuse applique on top of you. You can see through it. But what I bought one for is my glue gun and my glue. When I'm working with glue and I'm working with my glue gun, I'm going to put this down because nothing sticks to it. And it's heat resistant. So if my glue guns should drip onto this, it's not going to affect it, but it'll peel right off when it's dry. So I think this is pretty cool. I bought myself one. I saved up my pennies. I'm going to take this protective stuff off of my tape. And now I'm working from the back. There's not a an up or a down on this board. And I'm going to work the long sides first. And you can see I've just got it, and I'm just pulling. And you can see that I can lift that up and get that right into place. See that? Now I'm going to turn it around, and I'm going to do the same thing. And see how I'm pulling that so that I can just barely see the punch needle? And then I'm just going to fold that back down. Now see, it's not a real permanent, but I mean it holds it in place. If I was trying to glue this, not a good situation because I'd be having to hold this down and let it glue or clip it, and then it might affect my needle punch. So this double stick tape is really nice for this kind of situation. So then, if you want to cut out some of the bulk in your corner, you can. It's not necessary, but I'm going to do a little bit here, cutting out some of the bulk in the corner here. You can just see how that works. Okay. And then, if you want to, now you could come back and put adhesive on this, you know, a little bit here and a little bit there. But I'm going to glue. And really all I'm using this for is just kind of to get it in place. Look at that. So I don't care that that's sticking up because I can do that with glue. I'm just pulling on it. See how I can undo that if I need to? And then it just re-sticks. We have this double stickum tape in the cross-stitch department here at the store. It's really good stuff. Acid-free again. I'm in the acid-free mode today. So now look at how nice that looks. All right. But I want to do that permanent. I want to get that on there permanently. So I'm going to use my glue. Now, because it's already in place, this is easy. This is just really easy.
Is this a one-drop situation, or like how much do you
Just,
put on there?
you know, just a little bit. It doesn't take a lot. And really, I don't really care whether the back is messy. I mean, I'd like for it to be nice and lay nice, but it can be a little bit, see how there's a fold in that? I'm just going to hold this. This really adheres quickly. Maybe I didn't use enough. Oh, there, it's going to lay down there. Let me put a little bit right there. Okay, look at that. And then I'll put a little bit under here, because of that tape, you know, heat and humidity, those all affect tape. So, okay, I'm going to glue this one better. I'm going to be a little bit better at this one.
A little more aggressive.
A little more aggressive.
Like putting icing on a cake.
Yeah, I'm really going to fold that back because I don't want that to show on the front sides. So see how I'm kind of rolling that back? See that? On my corner there. Now see, this is getting all over my fingers. If you're not a crafter that likes to get things on your fingers, gluey, gook on your fingers, you might have to hire somebody to do this for you. Right, Peter?
Right. Hire them.
Hire him to do it. Are there crafters out there that do that? I think there are. I think there
everybody hires people to do
hires
their
people
finishing.
to do their finishing.
There's very few people that do their finishing.
Oh, I like to do my finishing. Oh, I love to do my finishing.
Oh, you do your finishing on your cross-stitch, Dawn?
Yeah, I do.
You do such a wonderful job.
If I have it professionally framed, you know, you can go buy the frame and do the lacing and everything yourself.
Yeah, I've seen your cross-stitch. You do a wonderful
Yeah.
job.
Yeah, thanks.
Very good.
Thank you. Yeah, I like to be hands-on. And the crafting part's the part I like. Now, do you like that part, Peter? I mean, are you a finisher, or do you like to hire yours done? Depending on what it is, maybe?
I hire it out.
Do you?
Or I just let it sit. I do the project, and then I just take it out of the hoop and then put it in a plastic sleeve and then just let it sit on the bookcase.
Oh, I see.
I have a couple cross stitches that are like that. Now my punch needle, I'm having a friend finish it for me.
That's nice. Okay, you can see that this is finicky and fidgety, and you got to just take your time with it. But look at how it turns out. It's just kind of a mess back there, but I'm not going to worry about it. Because it's the back, even though you want it to be flat and nice. Okay. Now my fingers are grody. So
You need some glitter.
I'm gonna get this old piece of
Put some glitter on them.
fabric. I ain't putting no glitter on mine. I've got a funny story about glitter.
Well, I was imagining there being glitter in the room and you working with the glue and then getting glitter on the back of your project.
One day, Christmas time, there was a commercial on TV. And it's all about having a super sparkly day. I have a girlfriend that gets embarrassed really, really easy. We were out shopping, Christmas shopping. And every place we went into, I'd say to the cashier, have a super sparkly day. And she would get so embarrassed. And she'd say, don't say that anymore. Don't say that. And every time we'd go in, I'd say it, just to aggravate her. So we went into the Pier 1 Imports. I don't know if you guys have that where you are, but around here, we have a store called Pier 1 Imports. Went into the Pier 1 Imports, and if you don't know about it, it's pretty sparkly in there. And so I went up to the cash register guy, and I says, I hope you have a super sparkly day. He says, lady, at Pier 1 Imports, every day's a super sparkly day. I thought that was awesome. I thought that was so cute. So anyway, so now I've got some decisions to make. Peter and Chris, now I haven't mentioned, but Chris is here today. Chris is our intern. He's been working here at the store.
Our new recruit.
As part of his high school thingamabob requirements, whatever you call those, credits, I guess they're called credits. And they're going to help me decide on yay or nay on the pom-poms. Now, this is what it looks like without the pom-poms.
Oh, you gotta have pom-poms.
Okay, what do you think, Chris?
You gotta have pom-poms.
You think? You haven't even seen them yet.
Don't need to.
You don't need to? You just know.
Just know.
You just know.
Just know.
These are Lady Dot. Let me show them to you. No, Dames of the Needle. Sorry. Dames of the Needle black pom-poms. Pretty cool, huh?
Focus. Focus.
Is it focusing?
Not focusing.
You want to take it out of the plastic? Maybe it'll focus then. How's that?
There we go.
Better?
Yep.
Okay, that's what it is. They are $4.99 for the package. Of course, you don't need a whole package. And they're pretty easy to put on, you can see. Now, I kind of look at them, and I like that side better. I don't know if they have a wrong or a right side or not. Okay, now this is the test right here. Are we going to do pom-poms, or are we not doing pom-poms?
We're doing it.
You think?
Yep. Get out the staple gun.
Do you have an unlimited budget that you can afford these pom-poms, Peter?
And then we're not even going to stop at the pom-poms. Then we're going to go with Rick Rack.
Oh, you think? No, I think.
And then after the Rick Rack,
what do you
we're gonna
think, Chris?
Definitely pom-poms.
Definitely?
Definitely pom-poms.
It kind of finishes out, doesn't it? It kind of does.
I mean, we need pom-poms. We need buttons.
Yeah?
Put some buttons on the corner of the frame.
I think you're going a little too far there, Peter.
Hey, I love crafting.
Yeah. You're the one that doesn't even finish your own projects. Okay. Now the pom-poms, let me show them to you. You know, you can cut them and they don't fray. I don't know how they make these pom-poms, but I think that's pretty cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run a little bead. Little bead. And it doesn't take very much. Look at that, Peter. I'm not putting very much on. Can you see that?
Mm-hmm. Very little.
And I'm getting it right up to the edge.
She's piping on the icing.
Getting it right up to the edge there. And I'm not going to start at a corner. I'm going to start right here.
Dawn doesn't start at the corner.
No. And I'm going to just press that on. I want to look on the other side. Oh, yeah, that looks good. That looks
Love it.
good. I'm just going to hold that for a minute while that sets. Look at that. And push it right into the needlework. I mean, you know, let it snuggle right into the needlework there. Are we keeping you up, Chris? Chris is yawning.
It's daylight savings. Everybody's yawning.
That's because we lost an hour.
Everybody lost. Well, I walked in the building today and I wished everybody a happy daylight savings.
Yeah.
Because daylight savings gets me all riled up. I get all excited.
Well, I will
Something
tell
to
you.
celebrate. I'm gonna have pie later. They brought pie.
It was
Pie
still,
day.
yeah, pie day. It's
Sugar
still,
cream and
I mean, is it
pecan
pie
pie.
day, P, whatever that,
PI 3.14.
yeah. Is that today?
Yeah, 314.
Is that why we're
14.
having pie?
Yeah.
That's why we're having pie.
no.
Yes.
We're having actual pie because there was a whole scandal earlier on how we were going to have pie, but they went to get the pies that the shop owner ordered, but somebody else picked up her pies, so
Pie gate!
it was a pie gate. Oh my gosh, Dawn.
Now, look what I'm going to do here on the corner. I'm just going to turn the corner like it was nothing. Corners tend to give people a little bit of anxiety. But I'm just going to turn that corner like it was nothing. Look at that. See that? And I'm just going to do it a little at a time. I didn't try to do the whole big long side here. I'm just going to do that a little at a time. And this I'm telling you, this stuff adheres pretty good right to your fingers. Let me look around on the other side.
Well, what's really cool is this is going pretty quickly.
Well, yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
this is pretty snappy.
Yeah, this is snappy. So see how that just pom-pom just goes right around the corner?
I think the birds love it too.
You do? So that just adheres like that. And I'm pressing from the back. I'm just pressing with my finger. Just keeping that there. See how that just kind of finishes that off? Okay, next month I'll show it to you completely finished. I'm not going to bore you with it today, but that's going to look pretty snazzy, don't you think? Yeah.
And then we can do some ribbon embroidery work on the
Oh,
corners.
we're not doing...
Like, you know those ribbon roses that people
Yeah,
make?
yeah.
Ribbon
You
embroidery?
get on that, Peter.
I might.
Okay.
Might just have to.
Now let's look at Tilly for a minute. When you get your Tilly kit, there are 6 skeins of this color in that background. That is like unbelievable. Look, I got a little strand right there. I got to cut that off. Okay. I want to show you about Tilly one thing. There's, of course, you know, you get a list of the stitching order. Right, Peter? We always put that in. But I want you to notice on the daisy leaves, on these daisy petals, I punched each petal separate. I didn't just punch a glob of white. I left a line, a little line between each petal so that I could go in there and define it with my grass. See that?
Uh-huh.
Otherwise, this would have been a whole big glob of white and really wouldn't have looked like a daisy.
How do they do it on the pattern? Do they do that on the pattern?
No, there's no instructions in the book. That's why we're doing this.
So when it was sketched out, though, was it obvious that
Well-
there's a space, or
Well,
is
yeah,
this-
there's a
is
line
this
in
your
the
edit?
drawing. This is the no.
Is this
There's
your
a
edit?
line in the drawing. See, there's the drawing.
Oh,
Now-
but what you're saying is you could very easily, if you wanted.
See, you could have just punched on this outside
I
line.
gotcha.
See
Yep.
what I'm saying?
Yep.
And then filled it all in. But no,
But
I
you
went
didn't
in
make your
and then
lines. You didn't make your lines come together. You left a space, so you could have green.
right. I had white inside the line. I didn't stitch on the line. I stitched inside the line with the white.
That's why we
Now
watched
we're
this. Yeah.
we're showing. You're showing this, but I'm pointing over here.
Well, I didn't know if I could show that.
Yeah,
man.
show this.
I'm showing it now.
Yeah, right here. I punched this without punching on the line.
Yes.
And I left the line on that side and I left the line on that side so that when I did this grass right here,
Uh-huh.
I could punch right into there because there was a little space left.
Okay.
Now, on the pattern, she calls these to be Black-Eyed Susans, even though it says Tilly's Daisies. But these are black and these are kind of gold. But we changed it up because we thought if Tilly's going to be in a field of daisies, there ought to be daisies, right? So we changed up the colorway a little bit. We put these little rosebuds in for a little bit of interest, which are on the pattern. They are on the pattern. We made them rose colored. We think that's pretty fun. And then look at how cute Tilly is. Now, I'm not a goat lover, but I have a friend who raises goats. So I'm thinking this might have to be a present for her. Don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She would love it.
I'm sure she would. Right now,
She would treasure it.
right now, I think they have 59 babies in the barn right now.
Do you know what kind of goat she raises?
Baby ones.
Do they have long floppy ears?
Not when they're born.
Mm.
I don't know.
Mm.
I don't know anything about goats. So you can kind of see on the back here. And I used variegated floss. You can see how it gives some texture to Tilly's chest there. And then in the grass there's some, and then I haven't finished here yet. You can see kind of how I did this background. Now some people will do a background like this,
Oh.
you know, straight across. I don't like to do that. What I like to do is I like to outline, 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 and then just keep going in a circle and working in. So you can kind of see here where this comes up And now I'm filling that little area in, and then I have to come back and fill this little area in. See that? So this was a quick stitch. I did all this Saturday and Sunday. And because I lost an hour, daylight savings time, you know, I couldn't get it done. Actually, I ran out of floss, so I had to come in and get floss today, or it would have been done. So we will be calling you in, Tilly, when the kits for Tilly are in. And then next, let's see, this is March, right? So Tilly is the March one. And then April is going to be the Bunny Love, or Happy Bunny. That's it. It was the Bird Love, and it's the Happy Bunny. So everybody have a good time punching each other. Punching the needle. And I hope you enjoyed putting this little lovebird together. I think it's really cute. It turned out really good. I love the colors. Do you like the colors, Peter?
You know I do.
You know, this
You
is
don't
our
even have to
own
ask.
special palette. We didn't really use the colors that she called for. We used our own colors. And I just think that that's just going to be
Yeah.
really, really sharp in that.
That's amazing.
Yeah, in that right there. So that's the way it's going to look. That'll be pretty. Until next time, happy punching.